everyone. It's your favorite crybaby again. Here to tell you how Pokimane got canceled again. Shane Dawson got exposed by Garrett Watson.
That clock keeps ticking like a metronome, and my thoughts keep telling me to get me home, but my balls keep telling me to let me just let me That clock keeps ticking like a metronome, and my thoughts keep telling me to get me home, but my balls keep telling me to let me just let me That clock keeps ticking like a metronome, and my thoughts keep telling me to get me home, but my balls keep telling me to let me Fuck all that shit, just let me go.
Yeah, broadcasting live, Florida Europe. This is the most badass YouTube broadcasting.
Like a fucking pacemaker.
Shot from the point. Shot from the point. News broke a story today. Am I early? What do you mean it's where it's lit? And I'm Brazilian. All right, you know, I got to say something about this. I'm also here with Doc and Vault. They're both behind the glass. And, hello, boys. Let me fix this because I can't even stand looking at myself like this. You know, I do think that there's two types of people that are missing the point with this whole thing. All right, and you know what? I even missed the point to some extent when Diva called in yesterday. See, what happened was Diva called me in yesterday, and she, I don't know if she communicated very well, or it just went over my head.
That's a lot of money, I guess.
Thanks so much, 20, right off Big Ops funded. Let's go. Thanks so much. I don't really think that it went over my head, and I think it's because she used the word white privilege, and I tend to zone out when I hear that. But I think what she was trying to say was, and it's something I knew, I just didn't think of. In Brazil is a colonized country by Europeans, where almost, not so much anymore, it's like a 50-50 split. It looks like America. It looks just like in America, and they have some of the same problems that we do in the States. So, the equivalent of what he did would be like me coming to Germany and telling everybody I was Mexican, a person of color, just because I'm from Texas. That's essentially what he did. That's essentially what he did. He's more than likely of European descent. Does he have some native blood in him? Yeah, maybe, sure. But, I mean, let's take a look at Brazil. Yeah, he probably does. His race has nothing to do with it. His behavior in race baiting, which is about one of the worst things you can friggin' do, Def Schmollett, is garbage. This is what Brazil looks like. This is probably the best example would be soccer. It's one thing where most people are united on. You know,
it's a lot of yellow and green.
All that could be America or that could be Brazil.
Yeah.
Black girl, Hispanic girl, white girl.
That's a lot of money, I guess, for a person of color.
I'm actually Hispanic, no filter. I don't know if Brazilians count as Hispanic because they weren't conquered by Spain. I don't know that he's a South American. I don't know that he's South American, but here's the point of all this. It's not, dude, nobody's questioning the fact that he's Brazilian. And if you are, you're kind of dumb. He put his stuff out there. It's nothing to do with that. We had a white guy pull the race card. It is no different than me pulling the race card in another country. I mean, how ridiculous would that be? And I got to be honest with you, I think this shit is flat out evil. These YouTubers use shady... What's that?
You don't want to go... You're not going to go express your privilege?
No, it's just like this, kid. I mean, no, I'm not gonna...
Go flaunt it.
I mean, I'm not going to pull my minority privilege. I mean, Jesus Christ. I mean, can you imagine me sitting up in here and saying, there used to be signs saying the Irish need not apply, and we were starved for potatoes. I mean, get the fuck out of here. That's what everybody's saying to me. And that's what I'm saying to this guy. Get the fuck out. Stop. Diva made a good point. He goes, my dad served the military in Germany. Does that make me German? She's black.
Yeah.
Like, who the fuck are you kidding? All right. These YouTubers use shady tactics to disenfranchise minority creators. That's what this is about. He's saying he's a minority creator. Well, he's a minority in the sense that he's Brazilian, but how many other fucking people live in the United States from all over the world, South America and China and all over the place? He's pulling a race card to block criticism. That's disgusting. They make joke and hinge on misogyny and flirt with fascist ideas. Like what? And mask it as edginess. Everybody's just saying that there is a kid that made a video on your content, by the way, 100% on your content, and you started getting mocked a little bit. Couldn't handle it. The guy who mocks friggin' kindergarten with fucking high schoolers for a living, like, what's her face? The Italians donated one by Team Nick wins the N-word pass. They probably have the same amount of African descent. By the way, Spain, Portugal, conquered by the Middle East at one point.
Hey.
So was Southern Ireland or Southern Western Ireland. So that's my point. Like, you know, I could probably take a DNA test and probably find African blood. And so Nick would definitely be Sicilian. But nobody's walking around here.
That's a lot
like
of
we're
money,
anything
I
other
guess,
than
for a
privileged
person of
Americans.
color.
And we are privileged to be born. I'm not going to say white privilege, but I think we're all privileged to be Americans. And here's another thing. His IMDb says he was born in New Jersey. Now, he could have been born in Brazil and raised in New Jersey and all that other good stuff. Brazil isn't a race. Got it? It's not a race. It's a country just like America. Colonized by Europeans and became multicultural over time. That's what it is. Oh my God, he's from Sao Paulo. Guess what all the Brazilians in the army told me? They couldn't stand people from Sao Paulo. My guess is because the guys I serve with are poor as dirt. And Sao Paulo is rich white people. That's what Diva was trying to tell me. And I just didn't get it because she said white privilege. And I was like, oh, God, whatever. You know, but that's her opinion. That's what I thought at the time. You know, that's her opinion, whatever. But what would it say? Like, Brazilians would be outraged if he's saying he's a person of color, that he's saying a minority. The Brazilians would think this is ridiculous. And it is ridiculous. John fucking captured it perfectly. You know, putting the contrast, not the contrast, the saturating and stuff. You know, it's really funny because I am painfully white, and I use filters for that reason. You know? But I'm looking at him. That's making me look a little whiter than I am. I don't know. I'm just as European as he is. I got a little lighter color eyes. Not much. So it's nothing to do with race. It has to do with race baiting, potentially lying about where you're from. Remember, he said he was 12 years old, and he came here with nothing on his back. And his father was a Warner Brothers executive from Morristown, New Jersey. I grew up close to there, just to drive down 78. It's one of the richest communities in the entire state. How dare he use people of color's situation to fucking to deflect criticism? It's just that simple. That's a lousy fucking criticizable thing to do. Nobody is attacking his ethnicity. Nobody is attacking the fact that he's from Brazil. They're attacking the fact that he fucking floated his minority card when he doesn't have one to begin with. And I gotta be honest with you, anybody that pulls a race card is weak almost in 90% of situations. I personally don't like that. Stick it up your ass.
Let me out wrong.
Look, there are people out there that need. I was serving the army with a guy, and they were. I mean, the only legitimate time I saw this guy getting screwed on a bogus rape charge in the army. The girl, I know they were seeing each other. I saw him come back in and out of the barracks. I was working there one night when they were. She got pissed off. He broke up with her. He got pissed off. She said she was raped, and it was looking like he was going to get time. So I said, pull a race card. Fuck it. You better call time. He says, yeah, but I don't like to do that. I wasn't raised like that. I'm like, you want to go to jail? Guess what happened? He pulled a race card, and they laid off. That's a legitimate time to pull the race card. Oh, here's another legitimate time to pull the race card. When somebody's fucking keeping you from a job. When somebody's preventing you from doing something. Because the color, you got a pretty good idea? I welcome it. Show me where the bigotry is. Then everybody can sit up and fight it. But, you know, you're getting goofed on the internet. You pull the race card and your European descent on top. Oh, get the fuck out of here. This is not an attack on his race. Brazil is fucking great. Look at these chicks. You know? He's a liar. Get it? He's a fucking liar. Here's how this whole story came up. I got a call from a Brazilian of European descent, and he was out front with it. And he told me that this guy was in Portuguese YouTube. And he thinks, and we're still looking into it, and if anybody speaks Portuguese in the audience, I would love to, that he actually had He said it was like a channel like, or Brazilian guy tries this, Brazilian guy tries that. And he did something, and it pissed everybody off, a lot like the Charlie D'Amelio thing, when he's DMing her parents. And, yeah, he got, he took a bunch of shit and freaked out. I mean, I gotta be honest with you. I haven't said a bad thing to the guy on Twitter until recently. And I can tell you all these commentators, because I'm in their fucking Discord chats, they were waiting for him to blow up and freak out and double down and lie. You lie, you're out. You get nailed like everybody else. If you think for a minute that I'm immune from Nick DeOrio, John Swan, Tipster, Augie, from lying my ass off, you got another thing fucking coming. And if that's the case, neither should he. Neither should he. This is bullshit. Let me speak. So it's a joke. It's funny. It's funny that he pulled the race card. It's rotten. It's funny and it's rotten at the same time. It's wild they have all these creators who want to be public figures and can't take an ounce of criticism. And will do anything to stop it. We've seen this with Alex. We've seen this with so many people before. This is the reason we exist. This is the reason Shot from the Point exists. This is the reason we were able to go for so long, pushing 5 years this spring. You know, 5 years on doing this stuff. 9 years this spring total. So yeah, I like to find out. A, were you really born in Brazil? Was your dad a fucking Warner Bros. Eggs? How did you come to the country with only with the clothes on your back? Because none of it makes sense. And why did you think for a fucking minute we wouldn't find out? Are you nuts?
People are dumb. That's the thing.
Here's a Brazilian American. Here's what he had to say. My Brazilian fans will appreciate this.
É uma coisa de uma buçanha, pode falar, uma coisa assim. Você parece mais uma cu de cachorro.
I think he's white, by the way.
Parecendo esse troço, velho. Nossa. Those two guys over there, you know, like Thomas C. and fucking Nick DeOrio, their ideologies are not fascism. It's just hamburgers and pizza, bro. Like, have you seen the size of them, bro? Like, honestly, you're getting some of this pussy shit that's been going around and all that. And that's not Brazilian as fuck, bro. Like, honestly, like... You're just as Americanized as I am, or a lot more, because you live in fucking Hollywood and your dad works for Warner Brothers.
I'll tell you something. Brazilian has a lot of shit. Brazilian has incredible gun violence problems. Incredible gun violence problems. They're actually more illegal in the States. They have racial problems like we do. It's a very similar country. One was a little more successful than the other, probably mostly due to location. Yeah. Seems like the warmer it gets, the more corrupt it gets. You know, that's just my personal observation. I don't think there's any fucking truth to it. The irony of it all, if you don't fight back or respond, then they deem you sensitive. If you don't fight back, we get bored. If you call us fascists, and then we find out you're kind of lying, oh boy. If you don't respond, they run you over. I don't think that's true. How many guys, like, I could think of somebody I think I whacked pretty fucking good. Angry Joe, never responded, never got any momentum out of it. The irony of all is that if you fight back, they deem you sensitive. If you don't respond, then they run you over. Now, you can sound like you want to stop us from talking. I'm from Brazil. I moved to Air America by myself.
He's Don Vito, dude.
When I was 12, with nothing. Yeah. I don't run away, and I'm not apologizing, standing up for myself. Well, no. Look, just because you're criticized doesn't mean you're not allowed to defend yourself or counter. Nobody's saying that. Nobody's trying to cancel anybody. This is horse shit. If anything, you're trying to cancel us. I stayed out of it. I showed a DM earlier. I don't think I ever told the guys. I thought he was talented, and, you know, like, congrats on the growth. I stayed out of it when they were... I said to... Nick, I thought they were being a little hard on the guy. But then he showed me some of the critics. The guy's fucking lying and hiding behind satire.
It's satire, bro.
Yeah. Well, this is my personal favorite. Lionhead. Dennis, this is his actual Photosis' real account. Dennis, when you stand up at comedy clubs all the way from New York to Los Angeles, are you in character as Def Noodles or is that you? Nah, it's me. Unless they book Def Noodles, then it's a different story. But every comedy club I've ever performed in has booked me. So why did Def Noodles defend himself by citing your stand-up routines as an example? I can't speak for Def Noodles. I can't speak for what Def Noodles does. If he showed showed stand-up clips, he must have had a reason to do it.
Jesus.
Now he's feigning schizophrenia. No, I'm just kidding.
It's fucking
Get the
split,
fuck
dude.
out of here. That's the funniest thing he ever did. No, you got to ask Def Noodles. I think he's out of line. No, I was born in the States. Def Noodles, he's from... Is that the move? Is that the move? Are you kidding me? This is a joke. It's funny.
God.
This is a joke. It's funny. Well, I don't, you know. And another thing is, you want to like start screaming and yelling and crying about white privilege. That could be used on you real fucking quick. And it's like I said before, like I literally made this video and I said like I think he's a talented guy. I think he's, you know, he might even be the future. But the mistake that he made, without me sending him anything other than positivity, all right? The mistake that he made is now they know they can't take criticism. Now he knows he hides behind, he does the satire flip, the old Jon Stewart, you know, which Jon Stewart apologized before too. He does the old Jon Stewart. And now everybody knows. The whole news community knows. Every commentator knows. Kavos knows. And when you screw up, and you will inevitably screw up, and it's not going to come from Tipster or Bobax or all you. We're not the ones that are going to nail you. I probably got the closest anybody's going to get to nailing you. Your fans are going to nail you.
That's a lot of money, I guess.
And you're going to need
person of
help.
color.
You're going to need somebody to stand up and say, you know what? I know what he did was wrong, and I disavow, but he's a good guy, and everybody makes mistakes. This is comedy. You got to walk up to the edge sometimes, and sometimes you cross it, and you got to take the heat. But I know Def Noodles is a good guy. I know he's not a this. I know he's not a that. I know he didn't mean that. I think he was walking the comedy line, and he walk off. You won't get that now. You're not getting it. You're not getting it. And now you're telling everybody you're a person of color. It's a fucking joke. A joke, just like the winner gets the N-word pass. It's fucking funny. The whole thing's funny.
We'll make a medal and everything.
So, you know, fuck you for suggesting that, Brittany actually brought up, Brittany brought up a good point. And by the way, I've seen this with, remember, my uncle's from St. Croix, and I've seen this shit with mixed kids or even kids that married into, or, you know, in my case, a person of African descent married into my family. So, you know, I've seen the bigotry, not directed at me personally, but I've seen it happen. It sucks. You know, you want to go to school and you'd be 7 or 8 years old and say, guess what? Your mom's an N-word lover. Well, we went through that, and my cousin went through that directly. It sucks. It sucks. It sucks. It's terrible. It fucks you up. No doubt about it. Brittany Ventney, who is a person of mixed race, you can be more than one thing. If I say I'm white, I would be correct. But if I said I'm black, I would also be correct. Mixed people really get the worst end of the stick. And and by the way, I fucking agree with that 100%. The one benefit is supposed to be that you can stay, that you can say you are any of the races that you are. And I go, fair enough, but this guy was saying we hate minorities, so fuck him. And that's right. Fuck you, Def Noodles. Fuck you. You're not being criticized for that. You're criticized for screwing up, and you're being criticized because you can't take criticism. You just made a YouTuber that probably wouldn't have been made unless he got lucky a couple months and hit the algorithm. You made him. You made him. Now he's a fucking threat. All you did is make a YouTuber. How many guys have we seen like that? Turkey Tom. How many guys were made over somebody else? They're looking for that moment. You made them for nothing. For nothing. And the video isn't that bad. Careful, this guy has a comedy background. You guys are about to get roasted. I think we're just gonna get blocked. Michael Lopez.
Dude, he's fucking Dave Chappelle, dude. You watch him.
Yeah, come on.
He's fucking Bill Burr, dude.
I don't even think he's a no talent. I don't. I don't even think he's no talent. So let me go some of those videos I played before. What's his name? Moscow sent me. And this is just this. This was he sent. I basically get sent this. What Brazilians are sick of hearing. By the way, I've seen this live in action. Can you read this? It's Spanish. I've seen this happen.
Wow, man, I thought you were just a regular white dude.
I am Brazilian and I'm white.
Nah. You can't be both. You got to choose, bruh.
Hey, Dennis. Can you translate this from English to Spanish for me?
Actually, I speak Portuguese.
Where's the Brooklyn accent? Oh, maybe you're acting. I don't know.
Isn't it the same thing?
No, it's not.
Sao Paulo. That city's got that huge Jesus statue up on the hill with the big arms out, looking like it's gonna hug everybody.
Yeah, that's actually real, man.
That's funny.
Yeah.
That's funny stuff. You know, you should be really proud that you basically got all this clout and stuff. Look how many channels he had. St. Pablo, go with that. It's interesting about these things. No videos, 16K. I wonder if this was the one. And he doesn't mind looking European here. You know, this was the one that took off. Congratulations. But guess what? I'm not exempt either. I mean, Jesus.
God.
Some of these are really funny. I mean, like, yeah, all you're gonna do is get memes. I heard Jeremy talked about it too. This is definitely. I can't use the music because I don't know. I'm on Twitch. If you can see him progressively get yellow. I'm sure he's from Brazil. I'm absolutely sure he's from Brazil. Absolutely.
But like, that's not a race.
It's not a race.
It's not a race.
It's not a place. American isn't a race. It's you know, it's a great country. Cool people. You also made this video.
We're very affectionate people and we love to show it.
You're gonna get me too'd.
So your tables ready?
What are you, making fun of white people?
Okay, I'll just wait.
Look at that lame-o.
The only way Brazilians eat pizza is with a fork and a knife.
A little bit more Brooklynized there. Def Rolls, here's another one. So I'm hearing that this 64K, this may have been the one. Hold on a second. Let's see what's his name said. The IMDb says he's from Italian. That's another thing, too. You're Brazilian. That means you're probably Portuguese, maybe a little bit of native. Maybe. Your last name's Portuguese. And your mother's got an Italian passport. That's 100% European then, if you don't have any native blood in you. That means you're not of South American descent. I mean, can you imagine me? You know, I said this, like, you know, I actually really gave a bad example. Like I said, if it's like I went to Germany and started telling people I was Mexican. No, that's not right. It's like if I went to Germany and started telling people I was a native, like an Indian. It's fucked up. I mean, I'm not much for this cultural appropriation shit, but nobody. People get mad at me when I tell them I'm Irish and I'm saying descent. I'm not saying I'm from fucking Dublin.
Yeah, I get you.
Oh, and how many times when I said my Irish friend this or my Irish friend that, you know, did I get somebody in the comments, you're not Irish, you're not from here, you don't know what it's like. How many times have we seen that?
A lot.
Cracking an Irish joke. A lot. And I'm always reminded by some fucking poor fucking Mick. By the way, I'm glad I'm Irish American. It's all the laugh and luck and none of the poverty. How do you like that, Ireland? How do you like that? It'd be like if saying I was native and saying you're only Germans are being mean to me only because I'm native. It's fucked up. It's fucked up, and it's funny. It's funny somebody would go that far. It's always funny. That's why we'll never run out of content because there's always going to be some guy goes so far. So actually, I'm going to pull in Moscow.
Yeah.
And see if you remembered anything. Diva, don't worry. I will get to you. Moscow, have you learned anything else? Thank you so much for the report. Can you get his? That's another thing. I want to put his Twitter out because this is the guy that actually broke everything. Just put an @ in front of this, Walt. And send his Twitter account. Give the guy a follow. He's the one that broke it. I know I was openly wondering about it last night. I was like, wait a minute. They were conquered by Portugal. Wait, come on now. Call my guy xenophobic? Racist? Nazi? Flirts with fascist ideas? Man, fuck you, dude. The least I can do is point out your European descent when you're doing stuff like that. You know, what about the people that are actually fucking displaced and get treated? What about the brown people in my country that do get shit and don't have a YouTube channel and didn't have a rich daddy? Because it's a little tough for you to say that's a misprint when now we got 2 places. Let's say your daddy. I mean, I heard one page you were born in fucking New Jersey, raised in Bensonhurst, and I saw one that you moved to Bensonhurst. And if I had to guess, that was probably a career move. Morristown is one of the most beautiful places in New Jersey. It's one of the richest places in New Jersey. It is lock, stock, and barrel covered in Revolutionary War history. That's where, I don't know, Washington headquarters. These rustic fucking places. You have no idea how beautiful this place is. It's amazing. You think of New Jersey, you don't think of beauty. Morristown is stunning. I knew a family from Morristown. Their family, one of the founding members of AT&T.
They need to fix my internet, by the way.
What?
I said they need to fix my internet, by the way.
They do.
AT&T.
AT&T? Well, I'll call Morristown.
Garbage.
I'll call Morristown.
Thank you.
So, I got Moscow here. You here, buddy?
Sure.
All the way from Brazil. Now, you heard, I'm hoping you remember this because I'd love to find out. And for these Portuguese-speaking people that are into YouTube and are familiar with Noodles, he got in some trouble, but you can't remember.
Yeah, definitely.
We got to find
out. I don't remember why.
Yeah.
I tried to search it in Twitter as well, but it's like he purged everything.
I appreciate,
so
by the way, I actually appreciate you saying you don't remember because a lot of guys in your position would have basically lied, and said that and said that they knew when they didn't. But so you think it was related, criticism related, and you have no idea what that criticism was?
It may be because he said something about Brazil.
He made a crack about Brazil?
Actually sure.
Now, he's supposedly got relatives in Sao Paulo. Am I correct on Sao Paulo being the snazzy, rich place of Brazil?
Yeah, 100%.
100%. Are you from Sao Paulo?
Yeah. People hate us.
Oh, you're from Sao Paulo. You're from Sao Paulo.
Yeah.
Yeah, so, and you're of German and Dutch descent, correct?
Yes.
You consider yourself white?
Not
really?
Sure.
Is that a thing? Am I missing something here? Do people from Brazil that are as white as me not consider themselves white?
I think we see race different here because I think that racism in here is not as prevalent as xenophobia. So people are more hated for where they are than their color. So
it's just more like Europe.
Yeah.
No, because that's the way it's like over here.
For example,
everybody's village or state or province or whatever. That's where the rivalry is. We're not really like
100%. 100%.
So it's more like it is in Europe.
So if you're like from the northern east or the northern region, you get shit on like in the Sao Paulo region.
That's too funny.
More than any blacks or more than any Indians or
is there no racial tensions between people, darker people and maybe the lighter people in Sao Paulo? Because I was told there was. There is tension between there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
so I mean,
from different regions.
If he were still living in Sao Paulo and pulled the race card, how would that go over? You're only picking on me because it'd be so ridiculous. It probably wouldn't.
Yeah.
Yeah. I know you told me. It's going to be ridiculous. It's like it would be equivalent to me. You're picking on me because I'm Irish.
Yeah.
In 2020, get the fuck out of here. Yeah. You might get robbed because you're fucking American, just because you have money. It's nothing to do with the color of your skin.
It's about the accent.
The crime in Brazil is fucking intense, man. I'll tell you a funny story. And I knew this guy. He's Brazilian, and I was very close to him. I'm not gonna say his name. He's in the Army. So we went out drinking one night over here, and he goes, he used to talk like this. Hey man, I got an idea. Here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna take a vacation in Brazil, and we're gonna rob a bank. I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about? No man. It happens all the time over there. It'd be like it never happened. I'm like, wait, 2 white guys are gonna go rob a bank in Brazil, and then we're gonna come back here to Germany. Yeah, man. Dude, it's not even a big deal. We could even like hold up a bus. It wouldn't matter. It happens so much, man. It's no big deal. Wait, 2 white guys are gonna go to Brazil, and he goes, he's like, I'm Brazilian. One of them doesn't speak fucking Portuguese. 2 white guys, and he's like, dude, it's not that we could get in, get out. I have a cousin. We could do this. This guy was dead fucking serious, and I'll go, you want me, a fucking white kid from New Jersey, had it pretty good, to rob mostly minority money, not all, and hightail it back to Germany where I live like a king. You're looking at it all wrong, man. I go, if they catch us, they'll castrate us. They won't even, the cops will let them have us. And then the next day he woke up, he said, that thing I talked about yesterday, I'd appreciate it if you never brought it up, man.
Tommy.
Well, as a Brazilian, I can say that's pretty much true. In the last 2 days, no. 5 days, you get 2 robbers.
2 robbers. Yeah, it's bad, man. It's bad. That doesn't make me think any different of, that'd be like, me thinking of different of black people because there's a lot of crime in their areas. I don't think any different of Brazilians. Brazilians are great, but there's problems. It's just like the blacks, African Americans rock, but there's problems. And that's all I'm saying. I mean, it's a wonderful country, wonderful people. They got, he's right. They're very affectionate, but they can be violent. The same guy, I'll tell you a story about him. He decided that I don't like any of these German broads. I'm gonna get a girl from back from Brazil, and he did. And he kind of treated her crappy, in my opinion, right? And I picked him up for work, for go to formation, and he was messing with her, and she stabbed him right before I picked him up. And I'm like, dude, you go to the hospital? He's like, no, man, I stopped the bleeding a bit. I don't want to tell anybody. I don't really want to tell anybody because I don't want to lose my house, my housing allowance, because they find I'd stab her. Here's the thing. If he turned her in, and she would have went to jail in Germany or by the U.S. Army, right? That means he's no longer single. He's single again, so they put him back in the fucking barracks, which is the reason he married her in the first place. So, here you go. All right, enough personal. Thank you so much, Bosco. I do appreciate it.
Thank you.
All right. Take it here. Oh, man.
Yeah, so we have a around 300K YouTube channel, friends with Def Noodles. She's saying we're mean, we're bullies.
Oh, so you tell that to fucking.
We're wrong.
I don't know. Tell that to fucking Charlie D'Amelio. Was she too famous to be goofed? She's famous enough where she's allowed to get goofed on? Or is Def Noodles allowed? We're punching up. Let me speak. So we're punching up. You don't like it? Tough shit. This guy does this for a living. And we're able to do this without race baiting. We're able to do it without calling people fascists. Nobody's trying to cancel anybody. We're showing how ridiculous this is. To silence your criticism via race when you're as European as we are. In fact, one of our guys who has been digging on him is Mexican. And definitely has native blood. Look at him.
Also, Tommy, if you check your DM, I sent you a tweet from Def Noodles where he says, where he talks about his ethnicity.
And what does he say?
Like his family. He says, yeah, I'm mixed race. My family's Brazilian.
Okay. Brazilian's not a race. He's fucking Portuguese.
No.
I'm American of Irish descent. I had to. I'm fucking white. I had to come somewhere over here. He didn't. Oh, he was trying to be funny? Well, we don't think that's fucking very funny. If that's what you're saying. We don't think that's funny. And if you're going to fucking pick at us like that, we'll pick back big time. And you know what? How funny is it to use race to silence your criticism? Yeah, that is ridiculous. All right, I'm gonna pull Diva in because she's probably gonna have a meltdown. Hey, Diva. Diva, stop typing.
Let me get you off the speaker. Sorry, that girl Lauren really irked me. I cannot believe she.
You are a woman of color. You are a woman of color.
Joke.
How much you want to bet?
But I'm going to ignore her.
Okay.
I'm going to ignore Lauren. I'm not even going to. I just can't believe. Really? I hope she's joking. I hope that was a joke. Anyways, so I would like to say I did not know saying white privilege would kind of shut you down.
I realized that later. No. I'm basically admitting I see what you're saying. You were saying that's what they would say over there, and I didn't pick up on that. I thought you were just using that as a matter of course. You were trying to get me to understand, but it actually, I thought you, literally meant it. No, what you're saying is this isn't going to fly in Brazil. I just didn't get it. It went over my head. I apologize. But then when this whole thing happened, I was like, oh, God, Diva called. That's what she was trying to tell me, that this whole thing's bullshit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And now, like I said yesterday, I didn't feel like Augie or any of them were saying anything really bad to him. I just thought it was a simple debate. Now they got time. Now they're making memes. Now they got their foot up their ass. Now they're doing shit.
Well, and guess why that happened? Guess why that happened? Because somebody from Portuguese YouTube let me know that this is not a one-time thing. This has been going on the Portuguese end as well. That this is a matter of course for him. I don't really find it funny or a joke to call a white person racist. I don't think that's funny. He's fascist. Even worse. He's a fascist. That means we're authoritarians that want to kill people. You can't do that. I mean, racist is one thing. You can be racist and not a fucking, a murderous authoritarian. He compared to some of the biggest murderers in Europe. All right. I mean, that was satire, and that's the other problem. That's the other criticism. And by the way, this whole thing came from a 1K YouTuber that didn't bring anything like that up. He criticized content, delivery, inaccuracy, and inability to take criticism. That was the entire video. And then we started giving him the business, and then we're a bunch of fascists. And all Augie said is look, if you think he actually said, you guys are trying to shut me down, you're trying to shut me up. Well, come on my show. I'm not coming on your show and giving you views. It was wait a minute. If we're trying to shut you down, why wouldn't we why would we want you to talk? Nobody wants you to talk. Nobody wants to get canceled. Nobody wants you to lose your channel. Nobody wants you to lose a sub. Nobody wants that. But guess what?
His fans doesn't care. Def Noodles fans do not care about this shit. They don't. They like.
Oh, maybe they don't. I don't care. I don't care if Def Noodles fans don't care about it. Oh, I don't care if Def Noodles fans. I haven't gotten much fucking static from them. I got to be perfectly honest with you.
Yeah. Yeah, that's the thing.
And you know what, Def Noodles fans,
no one cares.
As far as YouTube goes, Def Noodles fans are the ones that can only cancel Def Noodles. And I tell you something, on the rate he's going, it would have been fair. It would have been nice to probably make friends with us and say, hey, Def Noodles is not a bad guy. He made a mistake, because it's going to happen. He does comedy, and he does exactly what we do, what DeOrio does, what Tipster does. We make fun of dopey YouTubers. That's what we do, and that's what he does, except on TikTok or Twitch or across the board or Pokemon. He does the same thing. He can dish it out, but he cannot take it, and that's what got people's attention. One thing I totally disagree with Grady on, I actually think he's a good YouTuber if you just take what you say. I think he's a great YouTuber. I don't think you get to where he is at and the way he's doing things and not have a bit of talent. He's obviously got comedic background. I haven't heard his comedy tapes. And he obviously has some acting background. And guess what? But guess what? You don't get to ride a fucking 16-year-old kid and not be able to fucking take it, pal. No fucking way, George. I mean, Jesus Christ.
It's just, and then this morning, because y'all did the video, right? Mm-hmm. And then this morning, his argument to prove that he's Brazilian is the fact that he can speak Portuguese and showing a passport.
Well, he is Brazilian. Nobody's denying he's Brazilian.
What the fuck is that about? You're trying to validate your race and where you're from because you're speaking a language, so that's a validation. So people that don't know their native language, they're no longer that race because they can't speak it.
I guess so.
What the fuck?
Tell my Italian friends that.
What the fuck are you trying to
Yeah, tell my Italian friends that. Tell my Spanish-speaking friends that. Yeah, tell my buddy Jorge back home that he's not a Puerto Rican. Spanish sucks.
That's a lot of money.
I think mine's better
for a person of color.
When I was 3 years old,
it was just ridiculous this morning, and then the whole passport thing, and then him saying oh, my parents were born here, so that makes me this race. It's like, okay, so my dad was born in Germany, so I'm half German now?
Yeah,
Like,
I know. We saw that. That was too fucking funny.
You're so fucking stupid right now.
Yeah.
So, like, I don't, like, again,
To me,
and I
it's
keep
not
the same
about.
energy from yesterday.
Ziva, I got to interrupt.
I don't
It's
give a
not
fuck.
about
I
his
don't give a fuck
Brazilian
about this fight.
citizenship. It's not about his race. It's the fact that he
It's
used
not.
race to silence criticism. And that is gross. That is always
is.
gross.
It's
And I don't care
disgusting.
what color your skin is, it's gross. And it's, by the way, a topic we've covered before, mostly with darker people than him. Like, what about the
Exactly.
girl last week begging for Xbox? Bet you would like an Xbox, huh? You never pulled that card. You're an up-and-coming
Nope.
creator. You know, I bet you would have liked, Microsoft to send you a
And guess
black
what I
box because you're
did?
black.
I'm living my best life, like setting up my Friday streams. That's what I'm doing. I'm keeping it pushing. Okay,
think-
I didn't get an Xbox. Okay, cool.
I think you're gonna.
Next.
Next, try. Yeah, just put it out there. If they give it to you, do. You didn't say, "Oh, you didn't only give it to me because I'm black." Because you, first of all,
Yeah.
you divide your audience that way. The only piece of people you could deal with after that are SJWs or morons. You know, like
And then my audience is mixed. It's like it's very diverse. I have biracial people. So
Yeah.
like I've heard stories about people because like you were talking about someone making a comment that they were biracial, and what they say I 100% agree with them. And people that are biracial in this country, they have their own struggles, which I respect and I acknowledge it. But like it's just irritating to me that people are going to imply that you're going to make a joke saying a term, calling somebody a fascist, when you know goddamn well that bitch Sky was fucking making people getting kicked out of college
yeah.
for stupid tweets that they were writing when they were 13 or 12
Well,
years
yeah, that's
old.
right. He was bringing up other people's tweets and stuff, trying to get them canceled, huh? He doesn't mind seeing people get canceled. I don't give a shit if they get canceled too. Everybody get canceled. I could, you could, anybody could, anytime. By the way, this is to Lauren and Fed, an actor. This is IMDb comedian, Dennis. I can't say his name. Fatesta. Was born in Morristown, New Jersey. I don't know if that's true or not. 2 Brazilian parents. He was raised in Dennis was raised in Sao Paulo, Brazil. Became fascinated with the movies due to a young age. With his father's prominent role in Warner Brothers. He told us he came here with the shirt on his back by himself. So he's feigning immigrant. He's feigning being an immigrant. He's born in Morristown with a Brazilian American. Not impossible. They're mostly set on the East Coast. He is of Italian Portuguese.
I'm just saying,
he's Italian Portuguese. He attended great. He said
it
he got
wasn't
great in high school.
necessary.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
It just wasn't necessary. I didn't like what he did to Augie because, like I said, Augie, even though Augie, I know you're in the chat. You know you are a little shit sometimes on Twitter. You know this, and
He
it's
wasn't
fine.
that time.
You are a little shit.
Yeah.
But you were very respectful. Maybe it was just a special day for you. You were respectful that day.
Yeah.
Because I'm just watching this and I'm like, okay, this is really
All right. I gotta say this. I gotta say this to Lauren, because she's a moron. It doesn't matter where he grew up. He fucking used a race that he didn't have to silence his criticism. You fucking dickhead. You're dumb as a brick. God! Jesus Christ. Whoever marries you is going to be punishing himself. Oh, my God. She's dumb as a brick.
Clarity.
God.
Clarity.
It's not about his race. It doesn't matter what his race is. If I fucking pulled the race card to shut up my critics, I would be a laughing stock. And that's what happened to him. And this, I think you have a lot of fucking balls, Lauren. After all of, he goes after children. Kids. He don't give a fuck. He fucking DMs their parents. He pulls up old tweets. He makes a big deal about the N-word because he's a fucking YouTube horde like everybody else I deal with in this business. Def Noodles Twitter. My family is... It doesn't matter what your fucking family is. You imagine me telling people my race was American? How fucking insane is that? What's your race? American.
I'm looking at a tweet of his from May 3rd of 2020, right? And somebody said, "Is it okay if I ask what your ethnicity is if you know it all?" He goes, "Yes, I'm mixed race. My family is Brazilian. On my dad's side, they're very mixed. My grandfather was black and my grandmother was Native American, and my mom's family is Italian."
Grandmother was Native American. I mean, she means native. She means native South America. Oh, he's probably got some native luck. So what? He's still a fucking embrace baiter.
Yeah.
Nobody says he isn't. But you know what? Guess what? This is unfair. And fucking Brittany Venny talked about this. You know, she's half black. You look white. You don't really get to pull it whether you are it or not. It just looks.
It's called
ridiculous.
white passing.
Yeah. It looks ridiculous. And I got to be honest with you. He's as white as me. Oh, wait.
Can I say something to Lauren real quick?
Sure.
Because like I'm seeing her messages.
Yeah.
Lauren, then this is just me being nice, Lauren. You shouldn't jump into shit that you don't know what you're talking about. Like, I understand that Def Noodles might be your friend, but what Def Noodles did, and it does not matter if it was a joke or not, it was a very dangerous statement, and it could fuck up people's lives. Because you know it, and I know it, that if you say something on Twitter, people dox you, and they try to get you kicked out of college. And nothing that Augie said to Def Noodles warranted him being called that. Period. In a discussion. Don't tell us, okay, then stop talking about it. This is Tommy's motherfucking show. Are you out of your fucking mind? Girl, bye. Here, Tommy. You deal with the bitch.
Take care. Bye-bye.
Peace out, David.
The wonderful
Peace
Diva.
out.
That was amazing.
Yeah, good shit, Diva. Good shit.
Pull the race card, Lauren.
Yeah, she's white.
Yeah, what a shock. You know, let me tell you something about white people. And I've said this before. There's a lot of white bigotry out there. Fucking AOC is preaching it. Talking genocidal. All the problems in the world are due to white people. I don't like that. It's bigotry. I don't like that. But I will say this. I know why minorities can't stand white people. And I agree with them. And you're seeing it in the chat. Some annoying kid, you're on the air.
Dude, I did not know. We got another. I don't even know. He's from North Jersey, man. Like,
yeah, the nicest part.
So
Actually, that's
beautiful.
kind of central. Well, it's North Central, but it's like 20 minutes outside of New York City. Sao Paulo, rich. You don't get to fucking pull the goddamn car when you're rich.
I wasn't fortunate enough to be born in the nice part of Northern New Jersey, but like, geez, like you got like Jockey Hollow up there, like
yeah,
oh
he's right next to Jockey Hollow,
dude,
where he grew up. It's right next to
there.
it.
It's so nice.
Yeah,
like
it's right. It's right. Yeah, and he's basically telling. I mean, look, nobody. Here's another thing. Like Tipster actually grew up in poverty, right? Me and Nick didn't. I'm trying to think who else is in our crew. Augie. Well, he was homeschooled. That's practically being impoverished.
I mean, I didn't grow up in the best, but I was.
No. Jvago's white, and he's poorer than the rest of them. Our country is filled with poor ass white motherfuckers. And
correct.
And by the way, guess who's got a lock on it? Percentage wise, they tend to be brown, but total, they're white. So I mean,
I understand because like I'm not gonna say I was born in poverty, but like I was born in not a nice area. Like I don't live there now, but like and this dude like
you from Jersey?
Born in Linden.
Oh,
not a nice area.
You live right next to me.
So like
you live right next.
Yeah, no, I'm not far.
I
Yeah,
know
no,
exactly where you live, and I know the crime levels, and I had to drive.
Yeah, it's not a nice area. It's not a nice area.
No, it's not. I mean, it's like a fist fight every day.
I kind of understand.
Yeah.
No, I got out of there, thank God.
Thank
but
God.
Someone like I was white, like I was like one of the only white kids there.
Yeah, I know.
Like
I know.
But
Exactly. You literally are on the border of Woodbridge
like,
Township. You're on the border. It just right over there. That's the end of. That's the beginning and end of Middlesex County, and Union County comes in there. Yeah, I know.
Yep.
I've been there.
Yep.
I know. That's it. But Jesus Christ, it's like I mean, I don't think you would ever, even though you probably experience the same poverty as, a lower working class African American. Do you pull the fucking race card? Ever?
No, I didn't live. No, I didn't live that long. But when I was there, like, no, I couldn't do that.
It's fucked
Dude,
up.
I'm white.
You pull.
Yeah,
You say I'm from Linden.
Like,
you can't say mean things to me. I'm in Linden. My YouTube videos can't be criticized. The only reason you're doing this is because I'm from Linden. That sounds ridiculous. Sounds ridiculous. Downtown area, Linden's nice. I've been to some bars. To be honest with you.
I mean, yeah. It's okay. It's okay.
Yeah. I used to go down there for a few drinks. Yeah. You have to dodge the Union County cops and the Middlesex cops. All right. You have anything else?
Yeah, the other thing I want to say is that Def Noodles, I feel like, it's just going to get bigger and bigger, like more in the future. Because, people are ready.
I wish everybody's successful. I really, really do. I'm not in this to cancel anybody. If you get canceled, that's fucking on you 90% of the times. And if you do get canceled and it's bullshit, we usually come to the rescue. That's usually how it comes. Because I tell you something, I don't work with these guys hand in hand. I don't work with them every day. I know Tipster, I know Augie, and I definitely know Nick. Absolutely more than anybody. Wants to get it right. And we don't want to see, we're willing to take a hard fucking stance. We're not going to do what that guy, prison guy Jake or whatever the fuck he is, does. And wait to fucking throw that poor kid Ivory under the bus. We'll see. Let me dip my hand in the water with this Ivory Pyro cynical. Oh, Pyro won. So I can say anything I want. I can smash him. I don't have to get to the facts. I don't have to look into it. I don't have to research it or anything else. We're the ones that do that. Turkey Toms in the world. We're the ones that care. We're the ones that hold each other accountable. And we don't fucking cry, flag, or do some crazy ass shit like this to get around it.
No.
Oh man. And the other thing is you think with me, well, how did this channel really get fucking rolling? We're warring with Keemstar. 300,000 sub person comes in, we can handle that. We punch up all the damn time. So, I got into it with John over the summer. Guess what? Me and John were in a fucking call today laughing our balls off. I don't think he loves me. But,
Yeah, no. When he said, when Def Noodles said it, he was saying in his, thing, he's like, these guys don't go after each other.
That's bullshit.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but weren't Tom and Nick, going after you a couple days ago on Twitter? I swear I saw my time.
Me and John had a really bad blowout. Started getting ugly. Then we stopped. That's the difference. We don't double down. I've had it out with John. I've had it out with Turkey Tom. I've had it out with Augie. I've had it out with Bowbacks. Fuck you! Nick's had it out with Bowbacks. Nick's had it out with Augie. Nick's had it out with Tipster. I've had it out with Tipster. What are you talking about? And you know what? I'm glad we all had it out. Because we all got some shit straight. Every one of us. And I think we got it right. Before, it was just Karis and Keemstar. And you couldn't get around that. Now you get a lot of different opinions. Now you got a lot of different people, Dan. Laura said she's calling in. Calling some fascist.
Yeah,
joke.
she's going to...
Well, it can be. In fairness to her, it can be a joke. I'm not going to say it isn't. But that wasn't a fucking joke. And if she's going to sit there and play, it's over your head. Oh, fucking horse shit.
Yeah. I feel like she's just misinformed or just
I think she's willfully ignorant. And that's going to be the game. That's what you're going to say. How do you join?
Yeah.
Going away to call.
I'm trying to help her join server.
I want to see her channel. Can somebody send it to me?
Yeah, one sec.
Yeah. Wait and call. We'll pull you up.
Check your Discord.
Here's your Discord. Wait and call. You are gay. And you're racist because I'm a person of color. Don't be calling me gay. Nick is Italian, so Mussolini coincidence. He's a fascist. Yeah, that's a fascist joke right there. That's an example of a fascist joke. Yeah, you can call us. We're not joking. I mean, this is a pretty serious. This doesn't roll off the tongue like a zinger. The irony of they make jokes that hinge on misogyny. I make misogynistic jokes, to be perfectly honest with you. But it's not out of hate. It's just something that people call misogynistic. They flirt with racist ideas. What ideas might that be? That's even if that. Let's pretend that was a joke. You got an obligation to correct that shit. So they don't get the wrong idea. But you know what? Def doesn't really care who he fucking steps over as long as he doesn't get dirty doing it. GDT. All right, I'm gonna have to take somebody else, and she can't figure it out. YouTuber can't figure out this.
I'm literally trying. I'm full on sex right now.
Talk to you later, some annoying kid. Jashue.
It's Jashue. Yo, what's good?
Jashue. Are you a person of color and I got it wrong? Sorry.
I have no clue at this fucking point, bro. Honestly, I just passed as Hispanic or whatever.
Oh, I know you're the guy that made a video on. You're goofing on us. Yeah, it's this guy right here. I want to put him on screen if you don't mind. You made a public tweet. Yeah, tell do I got this wrong? I mean, you're Brazilian.
Yeah, I'm Brazilian. I am connected with my Native American roots. You know what I mean?
Gotcha.
I'm connected with half of my family that are indigenous in Brazil, and just living like Larry, basically. So yeah, I've been shooting the shit around, and I've been around in the political side of YouTube for quite a bit, and then this cock and ball torture extravaganza,
That's what we
but
do here.
whoa,
That's what we do
I know.
here.
I'm just shooting the shit, right? Like this dude, Def, he reminds me of this rich yuppie guy from São Paulo, and this, I don't know, like the way he used and abused some of the words around about you guys being fascist or something just rubs me the wrong way when most of our history has been, around with fascist dictatorship. When I've been joking around and I'm like, hey, both Nick and you, Tommy, you're like, your ideology consists of hamburgers and pizza. I'm
correct.
just shooting the shit on that.
It's religion, not just an ideology. Yeah, well, I mean, that's correct. Wasn't Brazil under a dictatorship as early as the 50s?
For the most part. So it went from a monarchy and then a fascist coup at the time of 1964 just came in.
Okay. Wow.
And then afterwards, reform happened.
Great.
Somewhere in the 80s.
The 80s?
The dictator
The 80s? You're kidding me. It ended
in the 80s.
I apologize, Joshua. I'm old. That doesn't seem very long to me.
That's not. The notion of a democracy in Brazil is relatively young. They're trying, things out. Like they're figuring things out. So it's just...
Do you believe that? I mean, I don't think he believes we're fascists. I think he was hoping we were going to be, the white boys that get scared when they heard, those words being thrown around. And that's the impression. That's the impression I got. I think it was done to silence criticism. And remember, the whole thing starts with a video that a kid made that had nothing to do with anything that had anything to do with ethnicity. He tweeted it out, and people said, you know what? That guy made some good points about you. And then the meltdown happened. That's what happened. And then we were a bunch of bigots and xenophobes, right? No one's saying he's not Brazilian. He's Brazilian, but Brazil's not a race. Do you consider yourself? I mean, to me, I see you somebody as European descent. Now, you said you have some native blood in you, and that makes
I have native. Yep. Well, like I depending on there's some things that even when I'm going around in the neighborhood or out in the city, right? If let's say like I grow some facial hair out, I would pass off as Middle Eastern.
My brother.
But like it's very common. Like a lot of Brazilians that appears to be white, like quote unquote, they're not really, like, if anything. So if you talk to a bunch of Brazilians or any like Hispanics that speak English, right? Just like me, I'm second generation, and the way they were treated or brought up over here in the States, I know things are changing over time, but I compare. I say like Hispanics in general are based in America are basically like the modern day Italians, right? They're not like fully integrated into society yet. Or as in, like, they're not white enough,
Italians.
But it's fucking weird. I know, but like
I know what you mean. You're talking about the trip from the inner city to the suburbs, and my people made that as well. They're the Irish. It was all Brooklyn, Newark, and then Catholics started moving to New Jersey and South and what have you. It's the same kind of thing. I understand.
It's the same. It's the same shebang.
Legitimate. What would happen if he were to pull the race card, being as light as he is, and the fact that he was in a comedy skit playing a Brazilian and said that you can be both white and Brazilian? I mean, those are his words, not mine. Admittedly, it was a comedy skit, but I mean, the comedy skit was designed to teach people that you can be all sorts of colors in Brazilian. You can be native. You can be black. I've met really, really African dark Brazilians before that speak perfect Portuguese. I mean, I've run into that before too. So, do you think it's really legit? I mean, I'm not buying this whole kind of scam by him.
It's a mixed bag, dude. Like, it really all depends. you know, like Brazil is considered to be the most ethnically diverse place
Probably
in the planet right now, arguably speaking. But there's like a bunch of, you know, ramifications throughout Latin America. You know, colorism is like an issue over there, like that more specifically when it comes to race issues, religious-based discrimination and all that kind of jazz. But
aren't you guys
whatever.
all Catholic down there? Aren't you guys all Catholic?
Like
Portugal's
they're
a Catholic
super
country.
Catholic. They're
Yeah, I was
like
gonna say, they're mega Catholic.
They're as zealous as people from the Middle East. You know,
really
worshiping.
I can't imagine that
and all that. Like it's super duper Catholic and or Christian. You know, as in Protestant. But like other than that, this guy just gives me upper class vibes in regards. I mean, like for crying out loud, you know, I've been every time I try to go to Brazil, right? I got family members are asking me for electronics, right? And that's a common thing. I believe he made a video about going to Brazil, and how like family members have to, you know, we're like, hey, can you get me an iPad or a tablet or something like that, right? $1 right now it signifies as, you know, 5 real at this point. That's ridiculously strong right now. And I'll to make it this clear, right? A household income in Brazil, on average, I'm saying a family of 4 is like
a year, right?
It's like what was it, 33,000
better than it was,
almost $40.
Listen, I gotta get. I'm actually kind of running out of time here. I gotta get some of the other calls in, man.
All right, man.
You go Def Noodles stuff, but listen, I appreciate you calling and in a roundabout way sticking up for us, because we're not going. You know, we've gone after other YouTubers before. This isn't a first time thing. Nobody got together and say, that guy's from Brazil, we're gonna fucking fix his ass. Nobody said that.
Oh no, like this dude got from what it looks like, he got spooked.
Yeah.
And then he tried to immediately pull the race card, and it backfired on him.
Could you do me a favor?
His demeanor.
Apparently this happened in Portuguese YouTube, so that would cover Brazil and Portugal. I heard there's an incident where he melted down over there. Could you look into that to me? Could you look into that for me?
Yeah, I will see what I can do over there. Yeah. But like, right now, what's really funny is Brazil is trying to dive into, you know, the whole American, I would say American style identity politics.
Yeah.
And it's backfiring really quick because the majority of people are mixed. Like I have family members that are brown.
Yeah, but I would tell you, I want to get into the Def Noodles stuff, and we're getting off in a Brazil conversation.
Right.
Let me get some other callers, all right? Thank you very much. I do appreciate it, bro. Take care.
No problem, man. If you want to talk to me, just stop
Absolutely.
by.
Well, I'll go to you for Brazilian stuff. I promise, man. Take care of yourself.
All right, man. Come to Brazil.
I hope so. Maybe one day. All right. I don't know how to say your name, bud. Pablito. Walt's not here. Is there a problem, Javago?
I'm really offended.
Oh, yeah?
You bullied Deji.
What?
I'm really upset.
What about Deji? What about Deji?
Yeah, you bullied Deji, man. Yeah.
No. Well, I got sick of him, and now I'm bullying Brazilians. What do you think of that?
Yeah. Waffle, man. Waffle, yeah, man.
Waffle.
Yeah,
you waffle. You suck.
Just don't bully. Don't bully Deji.
No, I'll bully you. Where are you from? You limey. What do you think of that?
Me, I'm from North Korea, man.
You're not from North Korea. Get the fuck out of here.
Well, I am.
Oh yeah.
Wow.
You enjoyed the rap.
Yeah, I like your leadership. Dude.
Yeah, I live here currently. It's pretty sick, man.
Yeah, I bet. Get sick. Bye.
By the way, Core's a legend. That's all I have to say for now.
What happened?
Core's a legend. That's all I have to say.
What happened? Well, don't be.
No, Core just helped me out with trying to get what's face on. Trying to get Lauren on.
Yeah, all right. Well, we got fucking 30 minutes back.
I know. I'm like trying so hard.
She just said in the chat she doesn't want to talk live. She'd rather talk to us offline.
All right, now go to hell. I have no time for that.
Sorry.
I have no time for that. I have family. This is a show. You want to sit there and say we're fucking bad people. You know, you can, just like your friend. You can get on a mic and do it. Got no time for that. Don't care. I've had Call Me Carson on here, so it's not that. Call it just so you know. And another thing is, when you're offline, you're not held accountable for what you say. And I find it really, really funny that I've made it abundantly clear that this has nothing to do with race, and you framed it that way. So there you go. So to me, that's just cowardly. You're gonna come on my chat and come at me like a standard troll, or are you gonna man up, or woman up? Because if anybody had any character, they do that. So, see
you played yourself.
Yeah. Alpha Coconut, you're not here.
Hello.
Hello.
As you know, there was an assimilation attempt on Jimmy Hoffa 2 days ago.
Oh, get the fuck out of here, you freak!
Fucking weirdo.
I was about to walk away.
I was literally
I put DJT on, but he's in the Caribbean, and fucking, I can never understand it. But are you good now, son? No.
Yeah, am I properly?
Yeah, you there?
Right. I have a message for Lauren now.
Speaking.
Yeah.
Don't pull your white privilege in this one. Oh, wait a minute. What you got?
Okay, this is how the whole thing started off. The man put out a tweet saying some video about whoever. Augie said the video was cringy, and this whole thing started off. Lauren, you understand that is what the case went on now? Right. That's what Lauren to understand.
The kid really is the one that struck the chord. Yeah. And then
it was a normal video, nothing wrong with it.
Probably wouldn't got 500 hits if it wasn't for him. Probably wouldn't. I mean, how many times have you seen this, DJ? It's just the double, quadruple, triple down until they get a permanent mark. And now he has a permanent mark. He has a permanent mark as somebody that. What?
I know how to get into the YouTube thing, but I see it real often these days.
It happens all the time. I see this the triple down. Especially, when it really happens? When people get hot. They get tunnel vision. And they figure, like, any kind of trouble I get in, I'll just swing my audience. It doesn't always work.
It's the thing, too. He have a kind of certain type of audience, a kind of caring audience.
Yeah.
Instagram, Twitter, and YouTube. Them three things at the same time, not healthy.
Yeah.
And just get to the man head.
I don't appreciate him. And he actually referred to me as being xenophobic, so, I mean, that's horse shit. I don't know how it could be. I guess
that was real bullshit.
Yeah, that's horse shit. So I think this is done. I'm actually really interested to talk on Sunday because I'm taking a couple days off. I'm going to be talking to Gordy and find out his take. And I'm actually, by the way, just to show that I'm not biased, I have some issues with his videos of his criticisms of Def Noodles, and I'm going to challenge him on it. I'm actually going to challenge him on it. And you know what? I'm sure he's a commentator. I'm sure he can handle it. I'm absolutely sure he can handle it. So I'll bring him on Sunday, and we'll fucking have some fun with him and watch some of his videos, and we'll watch some of Def Noodles replies if they're still up. No, in fact,
there may be a new one by then.
Go download the Def Noodles video with his reply that he's a professional comedian.
Also, guess who have a problem with it too as well?
What's that, DJ?
Guess who also have a problem with it? Tonka.
I'm sure we're gonna get Tom.
I know how to watch some of your videos and understand why I only don't like him.
I don't know. I did stream. I mean, here's what I did. I ignored it. Yeah, you can look mine up.
I know how to get into everything with you.
You know what I think they think sometimes? I think they think if you get enough, and it's true. If the more controversial I was, the more videos will be made at you. But I think people like him and Pokey are trying to limit the amount of videos because they're afraid of the search at the end of the day. But I mean, I think that's gutless. If you do things right, if you do things fair, if you apologize when you get fucked up and set it straight, I think you'll be fine. And if anybody asks you, like, well, what about this video? I was like, look, there's a little more nuance to it than that. And I don't think the guy treated me fairly or put the truth out. And then you can fight it that way. Or you can do it like Def Noodles does it. What's that?
How long you give him until he started copy strike videos?
Who did a shag video? What? I can't understand you.
How long do you think he will take until he's copy striking videos?
That's the next step, and we've seen, and the reason that's the next step. We've seen that before.
I do it 4 months.
Yeah, I find it ironic that Augie made a video on what's her face,
Susie.
Yeah, on Susie, and then they hit him for a Huey Lewis song or something like that. What a coincidence! So yeah, sure. All right, DJ, it's good talking to you, buddy. Take care. Bye bye.
Take care.
Take care. What do you want? What do you want?
Oh my God, is that Tommy C?
Yes, it is. You're lucky.
I'm a really big fan.
No, you're not. You're a rotten bastard, is what you're.
No,
a rotten bastard.
I am.
All right. Alpha Kimono, you're on the air. Alpha Kimono.
Hey, how's it going?
Neighbor. How you doing? How you doing? What's happening, man? What's popping?
Well, apparently nothing, because it seems like the YouTube news cycle is pretty dead right now. If this is all we got going on.
Yeah, God, well, like gosh. You got something better?
No, I don't really have any content for you unless you got something.
Yeah, you do, and you didn't even know it. No content. Nothing funny. As my hero Don Imus used to say, you gotta bring something to the table. That fucking last guy did. There you go.
Yeah.
Rob, you're on the air.
Hey man, I'm pretty offended about you.
Oh, that's the same fucking guy. Get the fuck out of here. I think that's it.
Christ,
that's all the fucking calls. That's it. Unless you want to pop in now, and now's your time. I guess Lauren doesn't want to throw down. I will be respectful. I don't know Lauren. I don't have any preconceived opinions.
Yeah. Like right now, Coach sent me something. He's also trying to. Get
I'm
her
not
to
waiting.
join
She's not that important to me. If she thinks she's gonna, well, I got 300,000, so he's gonna. No, I don't give a fuck. My bills are paid this month.
The thing is, like, I just want somebody from the other side to call.
I wouldn't mind that too.
That's what I
we
want.
could always put on a simulation there, or fucking Rob. You know. Tommy and Dave stomp his head in behind the what? All right, I think it's all we got. This guy. Hello? This is it if it's a joke. Sir, whatever. Hey. Fuck the fuck up.
Oh my God.
Jimmy Hoffa, man. There's two of them. There's fucking two of them. That sounds like a pretty good joke. But that's all I got. I don't believe in dragging the shit out forever. Oh man.
Yeah.
That's it. But and I'm not gonna wait on I'm definitely not gonna wait on things. And Jashue, I don't take 2 calls in a row. We kind of do it old school style. I know that happens on other channels. Doggy doesn't do that anymore, does he? I know he's that.
I don't think he takes calls anymore.
No, I don't.
Like,
he doesn't even take calls anymore.
As often, I don't watch them full, but I don't think he was.
Stop ignoring me, exposing you. I don't know.
No, do it.
Well, actually, Mingo LaFleur, the best thing to do is ignore you if you're exposing me. That's the advice that I'm giving today. And plus, you don't got anything anyway. The days are gone. Like Punchdown.
This is the almighty infinite, independent excellence. Devil fighting, rebel titan, weed smoking alchemist. Fake identity.
Honestly, that's not true. If you piss me off, I'll fucking get you.
Okay, you about to catch a storm. I ain't never been a liar, got tired of niggas playing me. Head in my legs like she about to catch a pedigree. Chi-town to King's home, slapping 5s, black stones, 6 mile to danger zones. Bullets look like waffle cones. Folk affiliated to evolution of Machiavelli. Don't make me lead them eagles to you like I'm Chip Kelly. They feel my struggle, I express it through my hip hop. I'm about to make it hard to breathe. Here's a headlock.
Stop with all that tomfoolery.